Ganja smoking, we got rum in me cup. Bad girls wind up on the dance floor. All the girls wind up on the dance floor.
God,
You gotta relax,
water.
my friend. That is unbelievable. As well with the Orbi makes it 3. Unbelievable. Welcome everyone to Season 5 of the Phoenix League. I am EU_Retro, joined today by Penguin or Ben. Hello, my friend. Oh, he's I don't know where he's gone. He's muted, I think. However, we are starting things with a bang. Oh, he's just come back. Hello.
What's up, guys? I'm here.
Hello,
I'm excited
hello.
for this.
And we are very excited to bring you the groups. Of course, this is the first game of this season, so not a lot to go off. Rather, we have seen some of these teams before. Phantoms Ignite, obviously returning champions from season 4. Eruption esports, a very big organisation, really nice guys. In fact, we see those playing tonight. But I'm looking around. There's some new and old talent. We see mCon Esports Academy, again a very known side of mCon, and I think just looking at these groups, it's such a stacked tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You've got the familiar faces from last season as well as some new teams to bring it up, spice things up for this season. It's going to be a really good one.
I'm very excited to see how things go. Of course, we'll jump into the nitty-gritty in a bit, but I think what we need to turn our attention to is the underdogs of this tournament. Obviously, there are teams that are fairly low elo ranging, but I think there's some teams that could come with a real bang. Riptide Esports, for example, I was talking to one of their guys earlier, really nice people again, and very good players. Although elo isn't looking the best for them, I've seen some very good individual plays. I've heard a lot of good things about their team as well. Of course, the recent introduction of TWI Academy and Team Instinct, the two new teams after High Global and I forgot the other team that had to drop out, sadly. 2 last-minute replacements there. But other than that, though, I think this is a very stacked tournament, and I'm very excited to see how all the teams play.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's you've got these teams that came in really last minute, so we don't really know how they're gonna play, how they're gonna fare against some of the more well-rounded teams and squads that have been together for quite a while. Like Edge Global, they were there last season, but they've been playing with the same roster for quite some time now, and they're back again to try and prove themselves in this season. As you can see, they're in Group C there, along with the reigning champions of Phantoms Ignite.
It'll be very interesting to see how that group plays out. And again, to Group D, as Zoom was mentioning in chat, that Team Instinct have a very, very good lineup in terms of elo, but we haven't actually seen much from them in terms of a team. So that'll be also very interesting to see. But teams like Nyx, for example, I don't think we've seen them at all before, or Phantoms Ignite Academy, which is later today as well. There are a fair few teams on the board that we have not particularly seen, but I'm very excited to see how all teams play, as we will be jumping into the Group A graphic now. As you can see, this is the standings. Not a single game played yet, but as predictions would go, who do you think would be the top 2 coming out of this bracket?
Well, I haven't really got much to go off of this groups, but just from first introductions, I think Eruption and Falsefire, they're looking like the strongest 2 teams before coming into the tournament. So it's just a wait and see. Obviously, we got Fullblind and Eruption playing tonight, so this table will look a little bit different after today. It's just a waiting game at the moment, just to see what teams are going to prove themselves and what teams will fall under the pressure.
Exactly. I think we've got to be very mindful of the elo of players. Obviously, elo is not as effective in scrims. It is a team environment rather than a pug scenario. However, it is very notable when a team has such a strong elo like Volsfire. I think they have an average of 2,800 or something extremely high. Something around the 2,500 to 800 mark, I think, is where they sit at. So, again, they look like a very strong team on paper. We've seen them compete before in amateur tournaments, and I'm very excited. They found themselves a nice groove that they're in right now, and so it'll be interesting to see them. But of course, the game we have on mind today is Eruption versus Fullblind. How do you think it's going to go?
I think it might actually be a very close game. Like the teams, when it comes down to it, it's all really down to what team has the better team play, what team has the best chemistry, and how they come together on in the squad. And I reckon it'll be pretty close. I think, as predictions go, I think Eruption will take it. As I said, they're my favourites to take this group along with Volsafire. So I don't know. It's going to be very close. I think Eruption will pull ahead, but yeah, Fullblind, they're not going to shy away from a fight. What do you think, man?
I completely agree with you. I feel like Fullblind are the underdogs coming into this game, but it could go any way, actually. Eruption, I haven't seen too much of them personally. The same with Fullblind, though, so honestly, this is a blank page for me in the book. But as for my prediction, I would say, going off of statistics and what we have, I would say Eruption will pull ahead. But as you said, the upset could happen, and it matters on the day and how they play. And so I still think Fullblind have a very, very good chance of taking this game. So we're going to have to wait and see. Of course, we'll be jumping into the upcoming games of the group. You will see here, this is every single game that will be played. Again, Volsfire, I mean, they're predicted number one. Obviously, they have to play everyone. We don't really have much to go off as of yet, but looking at who they have to play, I think this is a very comfortable group for them. I think they're very okay being in this group, but again, I think Eruption have a very nice group here. We haven't mentioned much on Fishery, and I want to get your opinion on them. What do you think?
Obviously, I think they're the underdogs of this group. They're coming into this as the underdogs against teams, well-rounded squads like Falsifier and Eruption. It all depends on how Fishery want to take it. If they're gonna play it really tactically, or they're gonna rely on some of their aimers. And it really depends on what the IGL is thinking and how he's gonna play against these teams.
I think, as far as I'm aware, that it is going to be Fishery are the lowest seeded team in the group. However, as far as I'm aware, they're a Swedish 5-stack. I think a couple of the Phantoms Ignite guys have played with some of the Fishery guys before, so we know roughly at what level they sit at, how they're going to play, etc. I'm just interested to see. Again, this is a very open book. I feel like out of all of the groups, this is the one I have the least intel on, rather. I feel like, looking at this group, I would say my prediction would be the same as yours, that the Volsfire and Eruption go through. But again, it is a really, really open book, and I have no clue how this could go, or which way it will go. So it's all down to the day, and it's all down to how each player plays individually and how they play as a team. There's a lot of factors in this, and so it's a big gap for Eruption to slip up in, and for Fullblind to expose to and to take advantage of. But at the same time, it happens the exact same the other way around. It could be that any player from any team could show up on the day and absolutely stomp the opponent, and you have a scoreline that you don't particularly expect to see. So it's a very open book for us, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you've got the stats that you've spoken about of Elo of Volsifire and Eruption much higher than the others, and the Volsifire top in the tournament, I believe, on average Elo. But Elo will not matter when it comes down to the nitty gritty, and that's really what it will come down to in terms of team play. Now we have got another game coming up in Group B. If you want to take a look at that.
Yeah, we can jump into the.
We've got Phantoms Ignite Academy, I believe, versus mCon Esports Academy. So that'll be a very good one, and we'll bring that to you right after the first matchup of Eruption versus Fullblind.
Exactly as you said. Sorry to cut off there, but as you said, Phantoms Ignite Academy versus mCon. I'm very excited to see how that game plays out. It is also going to be on Inferno. We do have the vetoes coming very shortly for the first game, but we'll touch on this game a little more in a second. As for now, though, I think we're going to jump to the veto of the Eruption versus Fullblind game. So we're going to quickly throw that up on the screen now. We're going to see it'll load in, and we do know that Nuke was the first ban coming into this. It will just keep going, but we'll talk about these individually. Nuke and Train, the first two bans. I think it was Eruption to ban first. So the insta ban of Nuke is quite an interesting one, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, you see it a lot from teams, especially lower down. But yeah, Nuke, it's one of those 50-50 maps, and you can see the train and Vertigo bans after that, and this veto isn't that surprising. Inferno is one of the most played maps at the end of a best of three, and to bring two teams together, it really is one of those maps that can just have. It can be an epic showdown between two teams, or it can be sometimes a very big flop in terms of what you want to see. Just one team just wipes the floor in terms of their T side or CT side. It is one of those really 50-50 maps. That's why you like to see it.
I couldn't agree more, and I'm just quite interested about how late the Dust 2 ban was. I'm usually, with most teams, you see it hover as a really early ban and a really late ban, but I've never really seen it in the middle, especially with the changes towards the doors on B. The fact that they're now flipped, so you can be in middle holding mid doors as well as holding towards tunnel as well through those doors is a big change, and we haven't exactly seen how teams abuse that yet, as it is a fairly new update to CS, so I'll be very interested to see that. But as you said, it is the Inferno pick coming out in the best of one. I'm very excited to see how these teams play it. Of course, it won't be a very shocking pick for either side, as we do bring up the screen now. It is going to be the Eruption side versus Team Fullblind, and I'm very excited to see sort of how these teams play, how they perform together. This is the first insight we see into both teams as to how they play together and how they play against each other. And this is going to be a real benchmark for every team in the league right now to see where they sit and stand and where they're going to play at.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the first game of the tournament, season 5. We're going for 2 years now since 2018, and we're all the way up to season 5, and this is the first game coming in between Eruption and Fullblind. It really is the benchmark for every team here. All 16 teams will be looking to this one to see how both teams play, to see who they've got to worry about, and see who they think they can wipe the floor with.
Exactly. You should never really take it out of proportion, though, in terms of which group you're in and compare them to this, because in one group it might be that Team Fullblind wipes the floor with Eruption, but Eruption could still beat you. This is just one best of one. There's not much insight into this game or to how each team is going to play. It's a very broad one. Again, two teams we don't particularly know of in this league specifically. I think they are both first timers to the league, and I'm just very excited to see how they play. Out of all of the people, though, I don't think I've seen them on any previous rosters either. JL does ring a bell, the name, but other than that, I personally either haven't seen any of these players play. So this is going to be good for an individual level as well. We can see who the real stars are within the roster, and I'm very excited to see if we can get some insight as to how each team plays and how they perform.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, especially for the other two teams in the group, Volsify and I believe Fishtory are the other two teams in Group A, and for them it's gonna be really good for them, so they can watch the demo back, see where their opponents in the upcoming days will play. Of course, we'll be bringing you all the action across all the groups on all the games as much as we can over the next 3 weeks, running up to the 11th of July. But it all starts with this one. It all starts with Eruption versus Fullblind.
Chat, let's make your predictions now. Banda has politely asked for our predictions. What do you think this game's going to go, Penguin, and who for?
I think it will be a 16-8 victory for Eruption esports. They on paper they should be the better team. On paper they should take this one, but it's 16-8 is just my prediction. But as I said, it can go either way. If Fullblind show up, if they want to take this one, if they want to make the upset happen, it's up to them, and it's very possible in a best of one.
Agreed. I'm going to have to go a slightly higher scoreline. I'm going to go 16-11 in favour of Eruption. But of course, as you said, it could be any team taking any point in the map. Just because of the elo, we're just going to judge our our guesses on the ELO and how good we think the teams are going to perform. There's a lot more people out there that are going to have a lot more insight. They're going to see these teams playing before and realise how good they actually are as a roster, which I'm very excited to see. And we're going to see that firsthand in a couple of minutes. But for now, we are just waiting for both teams to get ready and to queue up. So probably have around another 5 minutes, which does give us enough time to talk about the other matchup on the card, the Phantoms Ignite Academy versus mCon Esports Academy. I personally have had experience with both teams, and it's safe to say both teams are very good at what they do. I haven't particularly seen the addition of ML and Zoop onto the Phantoms Ignite Academy roster, but I've seen mCon Esports Academy play in AGL, and they were a very, very good side. Very strong, and I'm excited to see them play here, see where they sit in terms of this. So, what do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, it's one of those ones again. You've got two really well-found organizations backing an academy roster, and in both cases here, mCon Esports and Phantoms Ignite. I think this game will be even closer. This game will go the full distance. I think this will go all 30. I think Phantoms Ignite will take it. 16-14.
Wow. See, I'm a little more hopeful of the mCon boys. I have watched them play a lot more before, but I'm excited to see how this game goes. I feel like this, out of the two, I feel like this one could be a lot closer. On the Inferno pick, I'm not too sure how Phantoms Ignite Academy sit on this one, but I know mCon are a very strong side, especially with their Inferno pick. I know for a fact that they didn't play it during ESEA Open, so there's no counter strategy that's going to come in from the Phantoms Ignite AC side. So how mCon play this, I think it's a very open book. But I reckon mCon Esports will take this one. I'm going to predict at a 16-12. I think that's where I'm going to sit. I know that there's some very individually skilled players on both sides. We've seen them before, for the mCon side at least. Phantoms Ignite Academy, this is their first official as a 5. And I'm very excited to see how they play. But until then, I guess we won't really have much of an insight on as to how they play. They do end up on Inferno as well, as I mentioned earlier. So what do you think about that? Inferno again, the 50-50 pick. What do you think?
I don't think it's that as surprising as one might think. I mean, Inferno, as I said before, it's the great divide. It's the great decider that levels things out between any team. It's one of those maps that really is 50-50 in terms of how a team will perform.
I couldn't agree more with that. We are on the closing remarks. Hopefully both teams are going to get queuing up very, very soon. But for the meantime, I do know that one team is in queue now. So yeah, the Phantoms Ignite Academy, mCon Esports Academy. In fact, the veto went very similar. I think it was nearly the same. Just a couple of thingies out. So there's no real point showing that. Again, we're going to bring up the Group B standings. Again, out of that group, who do you think is going to go through?
In this group, I think it will be the two teams playing tonight: mCon Esports Academy and Phantoms Ignite Academy. They're the most. These are some of the teams that we have the most info on. I mean, mCon Esports, they're looking like the best team in the group, but as I said tonight, Phantoms Ignite, I think they're going to upset. I think that they definitely have a chance in pulling through in this one and taking the group if that's what they decide to do, if that's how they decide to play on the night. It's very possible.
I think it could happen. Don't get me wrong, it could very well happen. Chat, what are your predictions for this one? Let us know what you think. Phantoms Ignite Academy versus mCon Esports Academy. Phantoms Ignite Academy were seeded 4th in this, and mCon was seeding 1st. So it is the broader gap of the group. However, I want to see what you guys think. Who do you think is going to take it? What scoreline? Let us know your predictions. I think now the teams are just getting in game, so only a matter of time before we jump into that. However, for now, we are going to jump to a quick break. We will be back very soon for some content for you guys and for the stream. Thank you everyone that's tuned in so far. We will be back very, very soon. For now, take care.
like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, my life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero?
Take me in small, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but
Welcome back, everyone. We are going to be jumping into this one very, very soon as the teams are starting to load in. This is going to be our first game of 2 today. I'm U_retro, joined by Penguin.
Hey, what's up, man? Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Come on, let's go.
This is the first game of Season 5. We're very excited to cast it. We'll be the ones shoutcasting this game for you, joining in on the action. We're very excited to see. We are waiting for the teams to connect now, as GoTV is slowly working. I'm very excited to see how each team will perform in this. Of course, we've talked about our predictions. Chat, you said yours. I think this is the time now that the teams have to come together and they have to realise we have to perform in this one, and I'm very excited to see how each team will play.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It all comes down to this. The first game of the season, both teams they want to put up a fight. They want to put up a good showing. They know everyone will be watching, and they know that they're going to have to perform. I just hope this is a really good game, and both teams show up tonight.
I'm very excited to see how each of these teams will sort of play out. Our predictions have been said. I think now this is the time, though, as you said, it's time for the teams to walk the walk. I'm very excited to see how each one of these will sort of play out and how each of these will perform. This is our first game of 2 tonight. If you've just joined in on the stream, we'll be casting the mCon Esports Academy versus Phantoms Ignite Academy game straight after this one, as we are waiting only on 5 more people to connect now. We're getting some Phoenix League emote spam in the chat. Thank you everyone so much for the support for this stream. It's been amazing as of so far. I think that's about it though, really, as we're starting to close in. Just on 3 players now, all from the Eruption side, in fact. And other than that, though, I'm so excited to see how each of these go.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're so close to getting this one underway. It really will be such a good game. Both teams, as I've said, they both want to show up. They both want to prove themselves as the first game of the season, first game of season 5. And right after this, we'll be having Phantoms Ignite Academy versus mCon Esports Academy, and that'll happen on Inferno right after this one. So don't go anywhere when this one's done.
And I think both teams are just about ready. Of course, they will be playing the knife round this one, since it is the best of 1. So it is the decider. There's no team that gets to pick either side. Those will happen in the best of 3 scenario situations. But I think the knife round is actually quite important on this map, especially if you've got a preferred side. I feel like most teams like their CT starts, so the knife round does mean something. There's not much skill to right-clicking your opponents more times than they right-click you. But I think each team's got to realise that it could be the start that they want and the start that they need.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, the knife round is really important to get your preferred side. But at the same time, it's one of those maps where any team can have a comeback if they get back onto CT side. If they have strongholds and strong protocols, when they get back onto their preferred side, anything can happen. You turn an 11-4 half down into a 16-11 if that is how you want to bring it. It's all possible in Inferno.
Chat are saying that the most likely to win is Eruption. We both have our predictions on Eruption, but we reckon that this is going to go a fair distance as we wait for the teams to ready up now. All players have connected. I'm very excited to see this one and get this one underway. Of course, at U_retro on Twitter, joined by @penguin__5 on Twitter. Of course, if you want to catch up on all the latest, you can follow us on Twitter and on Twitch at Phoenix League CS, I think, on Twitter, and Phoenix League 8 on Twitch.
Twitter, just to correct you there, it's Phoenix CS League.
There you go, Phoenix CS League. go and give us a follow to catch up on all the latest results and matchups as we get them. As we are finally getting this one underway. Eruption have readied up, so we're just waiting on the Fullblind guys to be ready for this game.
Yeah, just a quick update. If you're wondering what the rest of the matchups are for the rest of this tournament, they are all on the website phoenixleague.co.uk, and you can check all the groups and everything there. But I believe we are just about to get into this ninth round to see what teams are.
I'm going to have to volume 0.3, I apologise. However, we are getting this one underway. It is the ninth round. Fullblind, okay. Voice enabled 0, I forgot about that already. Production value's gone. However, it is going to be Team Fullblind on the T-Star and Eruption on the CT. I mean, it's been an all-out trade. You blink and you miss it. There was about 6 kills in a matter of 3 seconds there, but Eruption do take it, so...
Oh, the choice. Stay or switch. So... most people would elect to, yes, stay on the CT side, and that is what they have done. Eruption Esports versus Team Fullblind. We'll be getting this right underway now as we start season 5 on Inferno.
And the buys have come in for both sides. It's 4 armor on the CT side, double flashing kit on Fremos, but other than that, it's just going to be the all-out peek towards Banana, but they're going to read into this incorrectly. They've pushed second mid. Maybe Serex has heard the information here. The bomb was dropped, so Eruption have pushed all the way up Banana here, and they might actually be able to catch a player on the counter flank. Damage has been done. Bugs Bunny, he's going to draw first blood, though, the first kill of Season 5, as JL does fall. It is Antique. Then gets a one-tap onto Jasiv. An unbelievable shot there. Puts things back into an even 4-on-4. And the execute is going to be hitting towards the A site. It's only the 2 CTs to defend it now, but Serax, he wants to find one, and he does so. With a beautiful headshot, he makes it 2. He's tapping between them, but can't find anything else. But he's done well enough. In Eruption, they found themselves in a 2-on-2. The kit yet to be retrieved, though, and Antique, he's already found himself one in the round, but it's going to be the Fullblind side. It's all onto Regal, and he's not going to be able to find anything. Eruption Esport, they find themselves the pistol.
Yeah, that all fell down onto Serex there on the pit side as he finds 2. If he doesn't get those 2, it's a 2 versus 4, and the site is taken. I don't think Eruption had a chance in the 2 versus 4, but he gets the 2 kills, the all-important 2 kills, and as Eruption take the retake in the 2-on-2, they would win it out in clean fashion in that retake. It was very, very good protocols going together, finding the trades, and but as you see, Fullblind have brought up into this one. It's Tech 9 armor. It's back in fashion.
The recent buffs of the Tech 9, I don't blame them actually. The run and gun accuracy has improved heavily, and of course, they do have what it takes. This is going to be Serax at the nice one, but again, the Tech 9s, they come through. Bregel, he's able to find himself one as Serax isn't able to get anything else done. The nade is beautiful though. Bregel's down to 30 health. Eruption have the HP advantage, but Fullblind, they're going to get a bomb plant out of this. JL, he's able to find him through the wall, but the bomb's down.
That's their best gun gone straight away. 3 versus 4 as they come in to take this retake. He doesn't manage to get one. And that is just all the play. Oh my, you blink and you miss it, as you say, and they just all fall down like dominoes.
3 players on the site were absolutely light work for the Eruption side, as the retake does come in. The MP9, a very solid weapon, to be honest with you. Very underrated one, but it works out well, and it delivers for the Eruption side. It's going to be the full buy coming in from Fullblind after getting the bomb plant, which is quite needed, actually. If they didn't get it, they'd have to have ecoed this round at least, or bought upgraded pistols. So, all on Eruption now. You do have the gun disadvantage, but remember that HP advantage as well, as Jasiv rather. He's going to shoot his teammate down a little bit, but that nade, he won't be able to find a home. All Eruption players are safe on site, and it's the HP early advantage for Eruption.
Try and find something through that smoke there, but won't find anything. Box Bunny now taking position up. Another flash in. Oh, he gets the first, and he gets the second with the MP9.
God.
Absolutely beautiful stuff. That flashbang just annihilates Fullblind. And as they say, they were Fullblind.
Eruption Eruption find themselves an AK as well on that, and the flash was just pixel perfect. I think that was I think that was one of the best flashes I've seen on Inferno as of yet. That was lovely. It works so well in their favour. Gets the first frag, and he's also able to find the second down the towards the bottom of the banana. And as you said, Fullblind lose all of their control on B, and it's a 3-on-5, which they are going to have to struggle with, as Anti with that grenade as well isn't going to be able to really do much. 1 HP taken off of both players, but they are the 2 men down, so they're going to have to find something here. And first of all, he's going to try and be the man to do it, but it's quickly shut down, and attempts are foiled as Eruption find themselves in a 2-on-4.
JL finds another AK-47 upgrading from the MP9, as I believe he had. No, there's just 12 seconds left, I believe Fullblind are going to save. But just go back to that flashbang at the top of Banana. That was, I believe, when Eruption realised that this round's done. They've got it. With the MP9, perfect flash in, he takes down 2 of the AK-47s. And that's what's really important. They had 3 MP9s going into this round, or 4 MP9s, and what you need to do is you need to close the distance. You need to upgrade to the AKs. You need to get the man advantage with those MP9s, and that's exactly what they do. And going into this round, they've got absolutely everything they could want, and all AKs and full utility. Against that Fullblind though, they have forced up with the 3 rifles and 2 SMGs, and they look to be taking this one fast towards B.
Molotov is going to stop any progression, at least for the most part, but Bugs Bunny's actually able to find himself on the other side. The smoke does sort of bait them out into thinking that they push past the Molotov, so Eruption, they need to be careful of this, and rightly so. The flashbang is good, and he's going to be able to find one through the smoke. Not going to find anything else, but Rubik's, he's down to 30 health. The VAD up, but HP is now fairly even, as Fremos did take a little bit of damage from the grenade, so it's just going to be Fullblind now trying to fake out the rotate, and Eruption have actually bought it. JL's going to run towards the A site again. The flashbang does... Oh my... In fact, Fremos has actually fell back to a more passive CT angle here. So, Fullblind need to execute this one quickly. And as I say that, it's going to happen. And Bugs Bunny's going to be the first form of contact. And Rubik's is going to shut it down, but nothing else is going to be done. Fremos does find one through the smoke. And again, Fullblind find themselves in an unfavourable 2-on-4. But I don't think Eruption will have a problem retaking this, as JL will boost his teammate up.
Down 2-2, and he finds the first one. Now it's just JC in the 1v4. He's stuck in the pit. Does manage to find one onto the player of JL, but Eruption, another perfect retake, just coming in all together, 4-on-2. But it really does come down to Rubik's getting that one through the smoke and the one on the entry. Just gives Eruption just so much advantage going into the retake scenario.
Yeah, as soon as he died, it was a 4-on-3, and Fullblind, yes, they had control of the site, but Eruption had such a heavy HP advantage that I didn't really see a way of Fullblind coming back. But again, the Fullblind is coming in, and the smokes are out towards the A site this time. It's going to be the long push, as Xerax, he's going to have no information. They're playing the double A stack, and see, he's going to be able to find one, and unable to find anything else. The quick trade puts everything into a 3-on-3. The smoke comes out.
The A site's empty. They put 3 players on B at the start of this round, and they've just taken A with just 2 kills.
The triple B stack that Eruption were hoping for has failed them, and it's actually given Fullblind a very favourable situation heading into this one. Eruption, they're going to have to slowly retake this one, and the boost comes out. Pit player is spotted. Molotov is perfect as well, so that's going to flush him towards the mid angle. As now Bragel finds himself one, and it's all left to Rubik's and JL. JL's tagged up, but it's a beautiful angle from Rubik's. It's enabled themselves to find him in a 2-on-2, but the bomb's too far ticked, and Fullblind are going to be able to find their first here.
It's really interesting that the way the economy is working now. It's Eruption, they get 4 rounds in a row, but Team Fullblind, they didn't eco for a single round. They had a half buy on the Tech 9s, and that was it. That was the lowest buy they've had. They've had full buys with AK-47s in every single round, and they finally pulled through with their first round on the board at 4-1.
But look at the money on the Eruption side. They comfortably have enough. Even if they lose this round as well, they will find themselves in a very favourable situation, as JL does find one towards the mid position. That's an AK dropped as well. And Max 10. A little too greedy there. Bugs Bunny. He's going to aggress towards the angle, thinking he can catch the AWP off, but the Acad was there to support, and now Fullblind. They're in a 3-on-5. A very unfavourable situation for them.
Yeah, I believe that they're almost about to walk into this app stack. Yeah, double stacking apps. Does manage to find one, but the double stack it's too powerful, and Serax finds the trade. Now 4-on-2. No Eruption. They'll be very happy with this.
We can't rule Team Fullblind out of this yet. A very large amount of utility still left. 5 grenades between the 2 remaining players. So the double smoke and a Molotov could work for this B push that they're planning for now, as the flash is going to be lined up and thrown over the wall. They're going to clear the banana position.
One for them for matchmaking.
Yeah. But the CT smoke's in, and the execute's going to come out. The Lil's going first, and the AWP's going to be there to shut down one. And Rubik's finds the second through the smoke. Light work made of the Fullblind side, as it is 5-1 the scoreline.
Five to 1 Eruption. They're showing their full power at the moment, as they come into this 7th round. And Fullblind, they're relegated all the way to the Deagles. This is their second lowest buy they've had, one with Tech 9s. But this one, the deco buy, I like to call it. This player staying around $2,000. But just looking for a pick. Eruption. They know sort of economy they'll be on, and they're not going to give anything away so far. Just playing this one very slow, probably talking some things over, using it as a tactical pause. And just haven't shown anything left with a minute 10 left. Jesu was looking for something. Eruption, they're playing this one so passive, but so Fullblind. They've grouped up in the apartments, but that late mid smoke might hold them back for just a little bit longer. I've only got these 2 smokes, but that should be enough. One goes out, the second one here for Moto, I believe. Eruption, they're going to be coming into this one. Serax, got everything to do. He finds one with the Molotov and one with the AK-47. Crisp headshot there onto first pork.
Ooh. 1D coming out. It was quite good. And he's going to be able to retrieve the weapon with that as well. But the Molotov there, quickly to counter any pushes. He should hope, but JL's going to be caught out in the open, and the pit player is the only man left. It is going to be Antique that finds one. Finds a second with the adjustment as well. The flashbang's going to come over, and the bomb gets planted in the smoke. And he's going to be able to find the third. No problems made there for Antique, and Eruption find their 6th.
If it wasn't for Victino getting that crisp 1D onto Serax, they wouldn't have gotten the bomb plant. They wouldn't have got any kills into this round, as we would have known. But just Vinto getting that crisp deagle kill, picking up the AK-47 and killing the player on site. But then from pit, Anti just holds everything off, gets the 3k, and finishes up the round. 6-1 now in favour of Eruption.
Push from Serax is going to enable him to find one, but nothing more. JL's going to be able to find something, but Rubik's, he's there to shut things down, and all like that. It's a 1-on-3. Rubik's, he's going to fall back, but look at the HP on the Eruption side here. JL is on 1 health. He is going to run into the M4, but had he have got that kill, it would have been very, very doable for the Fullblind side, but Eruption, they're going to extend their lead to 6 now, as the score's 7-1.
They read into that really well, actually. Eruption, they had a 3-man stack on the B bomb site right from the round start, and they're picking up 3 AWPs. That's something you don't see every day, but they are 7-1 up.
Oh.
Whatever they want to do is with it. I'd like to see they've got 2 ops on B, so Fullblind, it is very possible for them to overwhelm, and that's, I believe, what they're trying to do with 3 players here taking position.
Eruption here are just going to try and hold fire and hold the choke of the banana angle, as Fullblind do find themselves long aggression. It isn't going to result in anything other than a trade. The victim, he's going to fall back here, and banana control doesn't seem to be as aggressive now as There is only one player left on the B site for the Eruption side, and it's all on Fremos. The Orc might be able to do it. He finds one, and Fullblind, they don't really want to re-peek and trade it, as it's now an unfavourable 3-on-4 for them.
Yeah, it's still very possible though. Only one round the difference, one man the difference, but Eruption, they've set up absolutely perfectly for this. 3 players on the A site. They've cheated a man over. 2 AWP supported by Cyrax with the M4.
The flash! Oh my god! The flash was unbelievable. He might even be able to find a third as the AK is retrieved, and he does. Cyrax, with the assistance of a single flashbang, allows Eruption to clean up on the A short position. 8-1 the scoreline, and I mean, no matter if Fullblind take the next 6 rounds, Eruption have still won the half. This is such a confident start for them. 7 rounds ahead, and they've got to be happy about this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their flashbangs so far have been on point. You see the one at the top banana, and you see that one there for Cyrax. Just the team play coming out from this side is absolutely beautiful.
I'm not sure if you've noticed as well, but First Port's already on 4 health, and Jessiv's at 60. So the nade damage from the Eruption side has been basically perfect this round so far, as it's found an easy 100 damage. As now the smokes are in, and Eruption, oh my god, Antique, he's going to punish the smoke for that. JL as well with the tag up. And look at this, Rubik has found himself the push, and he's able to find another, and look at this, Fullblind has been absolutely cleaned out, and that is unbelievable.
That's just one of those things that you really see only with confidence. When you come into the little push through the edge of the smoke, push down banana, they're so confident at the moment. Eruption esports, after getting this really strong lead, they're just doing all these perfect timed pushes, and Fullblind just haven't been able to find a counter, and they're now once again relegated to the Deagles.
As you said, the counter really hasn't been found from the sides. They're just sort of trying to find something, but it seems to be they just can't, no matter where they go. And maybe the Deagles can find themselves some new luck, as Eruption are sitting comfortably, and look at all that money on the CT side as well. There's got to be a combined at least $40,000 saved there. And look at this, JL alongside his teammate Cyrax, who do find the openers towards apartments. The spam nearly works out. Just a little adjustment there, and he might have found himself a second. However, Eruption again in a 5-on-4, and again Fullblind already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, it was just the Deagles, but still, they're finding the opening picks in almost every round. And that's another thing that's helped their economy so much. It's not just the round wins consecutively back to back, it's the amount of players they've been able to keep alive. I believe they've kept a player alive in every single round so far.
Oh, the 1D from Jessiv is going to come true. However, the lineup from Rubik's was there. He's going to tap out the last opponent. The spray does work out there as well. Eruption, they find themselves in double digits as Fullblind. They're going to call themselves a pause here.
Just to talk some things over. Now, actually, there might be a technical pause. As the exclamation mark pause comes in. 10-1, Eruption have found double digits in the first half. It's one of those things you don't often see. The games can be a lot closer than this, especially on Inferno, when teams have those really strong T sides. But Eruption, their defense is so strong right now. Rubik's and Cyrax, 15 and 13 kills apiece, respectively. They've been hitting absolutely every single shot. Yeah, and we'll be underway again. Both teams on a bye, which is good for Fullblind. They haven't had one, yeah, as good as this in a couple rounds.
The Orc does come in, and the run boost from Eruption doesn't work out, as it's actually Fullblind that finds themselves in a good situation now, which surprisingly enough, hasn't happened that much this game. Now, I do have a double AWP setup still, as the AK was thrown out. And oh my god, Jessiv finds a lovely headshot
This might be the round. This might be the round where Fullblind start their comeback into this. They're grouping up towards B now. And they have the 2-man advantage on the B side. It's just Rubik's alone. Just a flash gonna be trying to deceive the A players. Late smoke. It's gonna help him out quite a lot. But Fullblind have so much positions behind it.
Oh, that smoke was nearly, the spam rather through the smoke was nearly there as Fullblind are setting up the molly execute now. It's just an absolute barrage of Molotovs towards the B bomb site, but will they clear the angle? Of course, also director flicks away as Antique is the man that's going to be in the limelight as he finds himself one. The grenade did do a little bit of damage as well, about 10 in total. Not going to be too much as Eruption are a man disadvantaged. Off an M4 to do it though, and what better players than Cerix and Antique? I've said their names a lot this game, and rightly so, as it's going to be Antique in the 1-on-3. Finds himself the first, but he does have 2 remaining Fullblind players to find if he wants to win this one out.
There's no real downside for him going for this. They've got so much money. 1 versus 2, half HP. He'll be looking for it. And he finds the first one onto Jesse. It's now just the AWP in the 1-on-1.
Oh my god, no way! The nade comes in, but it's not going to be enough. Antique, are you kidding me? An unbelievable 1-on-3. The Ninja Defuse comes in as well on Fullblind. It looked like they were going to have it, but it was absolutely torn from them as Antique, with an unbelievable retake from himself there, is going to find the 11th for them.
That is actually unbelievable. All these incredible holds, and then when Fullblind have so much advantage.
Oh my.
Oh. They cannot catch a break. They've taken some strong position up into the brackets. Oh, but JL finds a second into the round, and it's just nothing Fullblind can do.
The thing they're doing right now is really working for them. Eruption have such a solid CT side. I was saying about this before the game started. It doesn't matter how good your elo is. It matters what side you are playing on and how comfortable you are with it. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. Eruption, yes, they do have more elo, but my god, have they got a nasty CT side on Inferno. So Fullblind have got a couple more rounds ahead of them in which they're going to have to find something. As JL, he's caught out and made light work of, but Rubik's is going to find one as well and even things out into a 2-on-2. Again, Eruption find themselves in a 3-on-2, but with a quick trade there, does even things out. And Eruption are going to be going for this one.
Yeah, as we saw last round, they're very capable of these retakes, even in a 1-on-3. So 2-on-2. Cerax going to flash in. Cerax and Ruben, the 2 highest fraggers. They're going to be definitely looking to take this one. First ball finds first frag. Cerax can't do anything about it. Fullblind with their second round on the board. It took a long time, but they've finally done it. They're finally back on the board.
You just said the second round for them, and starting at Fullblind they are going to be happy with. Trying to find their footing. Some might say they're too little too late, however, as they are going to return with more force. And still Eruption. A lot of damage done to their economy, actually. And look at this, the flashbang from Jesse just works out perfectly. He's able to find one, and look at this. Antique shifts through the smoke, finds himself 2 with the M4. It's going to be traded by first Pork, but it was a lovely solo play there, and it gives Eruption the man advantage now heading into this one.
Cerax on the site, he is alone. Very possible for Fullblind to come into this one. They've grouped up together and are finding with his back turn. Cerax goes down. But this Rubik's coming through the smoke, finds one onto Bragel. JL almost gets that onto first Pork. Now on a 1-on-2. Already two kills into this round. Looking for the 4K.
Oh, what?
Oh my word.
JL, that was filthy, my friend. You cannot be doing that. Deleting the last player of first Pork on the Fullblind side with an AWP no scope through the door. And Eruption find themselves their 12th.
So fast. He saw him and he goes down. Fullblind, they must be kicking themselves. They're a 2-on-2. just that play. It really comes down to that play from Rubik's to get them the man advantage once again and to get them the 2-on-1. But seriously, AL won't find the kills. Oh, but the trades come through for Fullblind.
Oh, Frelos with a lovely 2-tap, and look at that. The banana aggression just works out. Just going to find themselves in a 1-on-3. Bragel's going to be the man left to do it, but Antique's going to say no. 13-2 the half. It's been a very convincing one so far. I don't think we expected it to go quite like this, but Fullblind, they're going to have a long road ahead of them if they want to pull this one back.
That was absolutely insane, that half from Eruption. They really knew what they were doing. The holds were perfect, the flashbangs. 13-2, they're looking to take this pistol, and if they can, they'll take this in quick fashion, I believe. Fullblind, they are on the defense now. This map, Inferno, it's very possible for them to come back into this. Eruption, they're going fast. They're going fast up into brackets. Flashes go through. And they're trying to isolate Bragel. Won't find anything. Rubik's to open things up. They're going fast now onto the A site. 2 players here.
Whoa! What?
He finds 2. And Jesse from the pit finds 1 as well.
Oh my god, Victin! He's able to find himself a 3k with a pistol on the site. It is going to be Jessup that finish things off. But a 3k, that is what they needed. I feel like I've shouted too much this game already. Season 5 has got adrenaline pumping through my veins as a lovely 3k gives Fullblind their 3rd and the pistol round.
That is absolutely what they needed. Perfect hold. Victino getting 3 kills, but you cannot underestimate the power of Jessup in that pit. He finds 2, which could have killed Victino from the back, and just protects him. But the Glocks go.
Oh my god! The absolute meat grinder with the MP9. Bugs Bunny finds himself a free $1,800 with the MP9. But
I believe Anti got killed by his teammate with the Glock.
Oh really?
Yeah, there was a team kill that came through there. Yeah. That's quite funny. They find their 2nd in the round, but AK is brought up for Eruption even after walking into the meat grinder. They're just going to take this one really slow.
I was going to say that they're taking a different pace to this game now, Eruption. They're trying to slow things down. They've got the round lead. They just need to find themselves the groove in the T side at least. As it is going to be Eruption that are slowly edging towards this A bomb site. A quick trade on the B means that there's only 1 player left, and Eruption, they're going to have a hard time trying to find anything now as the 4-on-3 has been made as Jessup finds 1 with the MP9. Fullblind find themselves in a more favourable position. They seem to have their groove on the CT side, which could mean an interesting game could be coming up.
Yeah, Inferno is one of those maps where even after, as they were 13-2 down, if you put up a good fight on your CT side, anything is possible. Eruption going through the smoke.
Oh, Bugs Bunny!
The perfect hold. Nothing's getting through for him, and that is his site. 13-5. They're still behind by quite a margin, but more players like that, and they can absolutely do this if that is what they come to do. Now just the pistols for Eruption, and this should be a 6th round for Fullblind.
Eruption, not quite the performance we saw on their T start as the Molotov. Oh my god, the damage. Look at this. They're all a 1-shot. This is going to be free for Jessup, but no. JL, even on low HP, does find the headshot with the Desert Eagle. He's only able to find 2, and the bomb gets planted as well. But look at that HP. They're all a 1-shot, no matter what gun they use. As Rubik's does find 1 with a FAMAS, so let's not rule them out of this yet. They are low health,
more
but
than they should have had so far.
Look at this, the FAMAS.
Way.
The Tech 9 nearly as well. It's all left on JL from the pit position. He's going to find the tag on 1, but he's a 1-shot. And Bugs Bunny's going to find it through the smoke. No problems whatsoever there. As Bugs Bunny's going to get the defuse off, but a very nice play from the Eruption side. Find themselves a bomb plant. The Tech timeout is called. JL is going to have to restart his game at least, we think. As now, it is going to be Eruption with a very nice buy on their hands, actually. The bomb plant has really helped out here.
That is absolutely, that's more than they should have got into that round. They just 5 people running through the Molotovs in apartments, jumping out all on 20 HP or less. He finds the first one on the side, can't remember who, but he just gets taken down and gets overwhelmed, and they find the bomb plant. That really is more than they should have got. What, a bomb plant and 3 kills?
Yeah, yeah, it was 3 in fact, because it was the 1 and 2 that JL had to win. So, Eruption have themselves a nice buy this round. Whether JL opts to buy an AWP here or not is something we don't know as of yet, but it could be a very, very ideal option for them.
Tech as JL comes back into the server. We should be back underway shortly. It's Eruption. I've got all 5 players now back in the server. You gotta look at Rubik's, man. 23 kills. It's putting up a performance. And here we go. Back into the game. Eruption esports 13-6 up against Fullblind. They have managed to win every round so far on this half. 4 in a row so far. But it's the full buy versus the full buy, so anything can happen once again. Very slow start from Eruption as they look to take 5 players towards the apartments. Bragel, he's going to look to find a spot in the smoke, and he will. Oh, he doesn't take the shot. He gets found out himself. Now it's all down to Tino on the bomb site. Jess from the pit. I was meant to find one, but traded by JL.
He's able to find the bomb plant as well. The 2k to him already. He'd have to make it 4 if he wants to help his team out to victory here, as first Pork and Bugs Bunny are up against it. As now, it is going to be a slower push towards short. The pincer method, I guess, is going to come in first. He's going to step the Eruption side. I'm going to hear it. It's a free 2k for first Pork. Or, sorry, Bugs Bunny found one. So it was a free frag for first Pork as he pushes up onto the site. And Eruption, yes, they do get a bomb plant, but that's a round back for Fullblind.
Yeah, so that's another one. That's 5 in a row now, as they started strong on their CT side. Now only 6 rounds separate these 2 teams. It's getting ever so closer for Fullblind. Just Eruption. They just haven't been able to find positioning on their T side so far.
Sarax, he's able to find himself the quick trade, but Bragel with the AWP, he's able to find another. As look at this, Ramos just jumps and falls out onto the site, swings him around, and finds 1 kill towards pit. And yet again, Fullblind are in a 2-on-3 situation. JL yet again with a bomb plant, and AWP in hand this time, so anything could happen. He does spot the player out towards the library, so the smoke there is going to allow Eruption a little bit of time and space. As the nades do come in, traded 1 for 1 as first Pork flashes high through the smoke. He's going to have to find something as he fishes through, and he will. But look at this antique. Oh, it's a perfect trigger discipline play, and he finds it. No problems there. Eruption on the front foot, and they find themselves their 14th.
Making the double the rounds now, Fullblind once again. I mean, Eruption, it could have gone so south for them, but Anti just playing the trigger discipline in the 1-on-2, and he wins it out. That's a perfect example of how you should play those 1-on-2s when you know you need to win it. You know you need to get your team back into the game, and that's exactly what he does. Anti with flashbang, trying to get his team some positioning on Banana, and that's exactly what he'll do.
don't forget that up next it is going to be the Phantoms Ignite Academy boys playing against the mCon esports, so make sure to stay tuned for that, as what seems to be the closing remarks for this game is Eruption esports are up 7. Something that we don't particularly we didn't expect to see actually from the side, as Eruption are going to be going towards the A bomb site. The smoke is in and the flashes are out, and they're going to find themselves some long control, and it might actually be a B wrap, and I think it is because they've left the player towards Banana, and the bomb is dropped. Look at this, Bragle. He's going to find himself another one in this push. He's just going to crumble. JL, he pulls the trigger way too early, as now Eruption find themselves a man down. The smoke out, and Sarex knows exactly where he is from that, and with the smoke as well, it's not going to allow any counter-terrorists to be able to see through it and flank them from the arch position. So this might be a free B bomb site for them, as it's only one player left in the hands of Bugs Bunny, rather, who gets absolutely deleted. Sarex is having none of it, and he finds himself his second in the round and a clean bomb site for him to plant on.
Sarex, him pushing through that smoke there to find the timing, just brings his team back into this round. And now they've got the 3-on-2 bomb plant, and I believe Fullblind are looking to just save this. And that should be Eruption taking 15 match point.
This has been a stunning performance so far from the Eruption side, but Fullblind, no discredit to them. They had a great start to their CT side, a lovely 3k that started things off onto, I think it was first pork with the
it was Victino.
Maybe.
It was Victino and Jesse on the A side with 2 and 3 kills respectively. Just Eruption, 15 rounds now for them. Fullblind, they do save an AWP, but the rest of them, they're just going to be on Deagles. An MP9 up for Victino, but that is it. 3 Deagles, an AWP, and an MP9. Bragle is going to have to look to do absolutely everything for his team coming into this to save them if they want any chance of going further, taking this one to overtime. It's looking very unlikely for them, but that is what he has to do.
A very slow start from the Fullblind side. They've also played 3 players towards the B position, so something that, I mean, as a side, this is a very risky play for them, especially the economical situation for them. It is a risky one, but they're willing to take it. Whether it pays off, though, is a different question, as they've already got mid controllers. Fullblind now, they just have that one AWP, as you mentioned, on Bragle, but other than that, it's just the Deagles and the MP9s really left to do it all, as it seems to be the closing remarks of this game. 1 minute on the clock, and the utility's in. In fact, look at this. It's actually pulled Fullblind all the way over, and they've realised this at the wrong time. No. Look at this.
This is not good. Oh, Bragle does it though. On the other side of the map, he does find one.
Unable to find anything else. He's going to hold the cross, and he's not able to find anything else. He even gets dinked on the way back as well, so the AWP is already a very low amount of HP. 1 piece long, and that's the AWP dropped. It's a 3-on-4. Victin, he's going to spam through the smoke, but he's not going to be able to find the retreating player that has jumped into pit now, as Fullblind, they're going to need to go for this one. The desperation play is in, and the flashbangs are out for Eruption, and it's
one though. I know where they are. Oh, but Anti and JL, they find 1 apiece. Now it's just first and 1 on 3, and you can't do it with the MP9. Anti finds his last kill, and it's 16-7 in favour of Eruption esports as they take the first map of Phoenix League Season 5.
That was a very, very good performance for them, as we do have a little bit of time to talk about the second game. Of course, that was our first game of today, the Group A game. Fullblind versus Eruption. Eruption took that 16-7, a very comfortable game for them, as GG's all around in the chat. A respectable game for them. But up next, it is going to be the more interesting game of the two. We do have Phantoms Ignite Academy versus mCon Esports Academy. 2 very good sides. Again on Inferno. Your casters again for today, Retro and Penguin for this one. And I'm very excited to see how this one plays out.
It's this game is going to be I think a lot closer. I think this game will, as I said, my prediction, it will go the full distance of 30 rounds. It really is one of those games where you don't really know what's going to happen. mCon obviously the favourites going into it in terms of their stats and elo, but I could not tell you who the clear cut victor is.
It's very hard to put a finger on exactly who's gonna be the star performer for both sides. We've seen a very good game from each of the players individually on the mCon side, but again, it's not all about the solo plays, as we will find out this game, hopefully. I mean, we did see an amazing display of teamwork last game. Some of the flashes that Eruption were throwing were just perfect and countered Fullblind's intentions perfectly, as we saw. And, of course, it is going to be mCon that are looking to be the favourites in this game. We do have about 10 minutes until the game starts, so we are going to roll a little bit of a break here. Thank you everyone that's tuned in as of yet so far. We'll be back in around 5 minutes or so, I would say, just to get everything underway and ready to go. Clock's up on screen. You'll love to see it. I mean, that one. No, it is. I'm an idiot. I did type that in wrong. And the clock is on screen now. Thank you everyone that's tuned in so far. We shall be back very, very soon.
I know it's been a while. I know you're thinking the same, but I've been feeling like a moment can't go to waste. I let go of your name, girl. I figured that was it. I stopped playing your game, girl.
down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill. Am I fill you like a pill to get my fill. No, do me in the worst way. Don't let me sleep, never say sorry. Oh, maybe I'll leave, baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill. Get my fill.
You gotta relax, my friend. That is unbelievable. As well with the Orbi makes it 3. Unbelievable. Welcome back, everyone, to the stream. We'll be kicking things off underway very, very soon. Roughly around 5 minutes until the game will start, as it will be mCon Esports Academy taking on Phantoms Ignite Academy in a best of 1 on Inferno. We saw the Inferno game earlier of Eruption Esports versus Team Fullblind, and Eruption took that one 16-7. So this game, as you said just before the break, Penguin, you reckon that it'll be a lot closer. You reckon it'll go the full 30. I'm not as optimistic. I said 16-12 the scoreline, I think it'll be. And we'll only have to wait and see, though. As I mentioned earlier as well, the individual plays for these teams have been phenomenal as of yet. As a team as well, though, this is the first time we've seen Phantoms Ignite Academy in action. mCon's a veteran to the amateur scene, as we've seen them play elsewhere before, but first time in the home turf of Phoenix League, so only time will tell to see how each of these teams play.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's one of those games. mCon Esports is the first time they're showing their faces in Phoenix League, whereas Phantoms Ignite, they've been here for quite some time, as of course their main team, their main roster won Season 4. They won just a few weeks ago. And but now their academy team taking on mCon's academy team, and it's one of those games. It can go either way.
I was just reading into the thing. Neither team is queued yet. Oh, no, as I say that, it is going to be Phantoms Ignite Academy ready in the queue, so we're just waiting on mCon now to jump into this one. As you mentioned, a very interesting one nonetheless, and a very close one it could be, as I'm very excited to see how each of these teams will play out and do their best. Again on Inferno, so quite a repetitive game, however, this will be good fun, and we shall see how this one plays out. As for the other standings in the groups, for Group B, the standings for them at least, again, no maps really have been played, as mCon Esports do seem to be the number one seeded in this, Amplify and Divert as well. Two names we haven't actually heard of in Phoenix League either, as far as I'm aware. So it'll be fun to see how they play nonetheless, and I'm very excited to see how all those maps play out and how the vetoes are played, because again, vetoes are very important, especially in these best of ones. The map choice can really screw you over in some senses, but also really help. So depends on what you've played and what your pool is and how comfortable you are with the map, and it's only a matter of time to see how each of these teams play, at least get a rough estimate on how Group B is going to be played out. Group A was a little bit of a shocker to us, as we saw earlier on, but I'm still very optimistic for this game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, it's on Inferno once again, and as I said, it's one of those maps we saw from the last game. Fullblind, did start to put up a comeback 5 rounds in a row on their CT side, but they just couldn't pull through the full 30 to bring it all the way. But it is one of those maps. They did start the comeback, and either team here can do that. It's all comes down to how they play right now, and we should be getting underway very shortly.
Yeah, it is expected that the mCon boys will be jumping into the queue now, and hopefully the game will get underway very, very soon. As for the meantime, though, it is just a matter of time before we get things underway, as you did say. I'm gonna ask them to get in queue. Are they in queue right now? Do we know? No, they're not. Just a quick reminder for them. However, as you mentioned, it's going to be a very interesting one. Hopefully a little more interesting as well. As of right now, chat, who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to take this one? Do let us know.
I believe we're having a few technical issues as we did in the last game, just waiting for that last team to join in the queue.
They said that they are about to queue up, so it's only a matter of time here as things do get underway. Upcoming games overall have been an interesting one, but of course Phantoms Ignite Academy versus mCon Esports Academy is going to be the kickstart to Group B. Yet to see much from the other two. Of course, this is our first day of 3 weeks of content for the Phoenix League, so make sure to follow us on Twitch at Phoenix League 8, on Twitter at Phoenix CS League, and on YouTube as well, Phoenix League. You can watch the VODs there as well if you wish to. Of course, you can view us around the clock, and hopefully we'll be getting things underway very, very shortly now, as both teams, I think, are in queue.
Yeah, it does look the way. It's they've started queuing. We this one will not be long till we get things going on Inferno. And yeah, you can follow us as Retro said on both our Twitch accounts, on Phoenix League A and Phoenix League B, just in case there is any games that overlap each other, and we should be able to stream both of them and get everything going. Don't forget, you can check everything out on the website phoenixleague.co.uk, where you can check all the standings for the groups and all matches that are coming up. We've got 3 weeks of group stage, and after that we'll be bringing you everything live from the playoffs, where we'll go into best of 3 single elimination.
Very excited to see how the best of 3s do play out, as well as we do kickstart the second game. Team mCon, rather. It is mCon Esports Academy versus Phantoms Ignite Academy. I'm very excited and stoked to see this one. Only time will tell to see how this one plays out. Hopefully the boys connect very, very shortly. We are going to jump into a quick break just before the game starts. Hopefully it won't take that long. It'll probably be about another 3 minutes or so. However, we shall see you then. Take care for now. Bye-bye. You gotta relax, my friend. That is unbelievable. As well with the Orbi makes it 3. Unbelievable. Welcome back, everyone. Apologies about the delays on this second game. We can't really guarantee that it'll improve, but I'm very happy to say that it seems to be that everyone is now connecting in, so only a matter of time before we get this one underway. As we see 9 out of the 10 players on, and mCon Esports Academy versus Phantoms Ignite Academy, a very anticipated one. Penguin reckons it's going to go the whole way. I don't think as well, but I still feel like this could be a good one. Thank you everyone so far for the support. Let us know who you think is going to win in chat, and make sure to follow us on our socials as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This game, we're just waiting on one player now, as he should be getting in very shortly. Yeah, it's Inferno once again. I mean, I've said it so many times tonight. I mean, it really is a map that can go any way it chooses. I mean, you saw how important getting CT side was for Eruption. They played out of this world. I mean, 13-2 half for them. But Fullblind did start to come back, so it really is any man's game.
We are still waiting on one more player to join. However, it is going to be very, very soon this start. Apologies for the delays again, but it will be resolved hopefully very soon and we can get things underway. And again, if you weren't here for the last game to realise, it is mCon Esports Academy that do start on the CT side, but of course there is the knife round, so it doesn't really matter here what side you get picked on as long as you win the knife round. Start on your favoured side or the side that you think your team's going to perform the best on. And as you mentioned, Penguin, it's a very 50-50 game. Anything could happen with this one, and so I feel like a team could do really well here and absolutely dominate, or it could go the whole distance. As now we will be jumping in very shortly. In fact, now the game is about to go underway. Transitioning in now. Thank you everyone so far, and let's get things underway now.
Yeah, absolutely. Into this knife round. Here we go. Second game of Season 5. And the first game for Group B. Phantoms Ignite Academy versus mCon Esports Academy. Those names will not get confusing at all. In the knife round, very fast that Phantoms come out on top and they get to choose what side they want to start.
It's actually quite good for them, because if they wanted to, we know mCon's a very strong side, so they could take the CT start here, and yes, they will. I was going to say they could take the CT start and try and gain a few rounds on them, but that's exactly what they decide to do. As now, it is going to be what looks to be mCon buying only one set of grenades. There you go, a smoke nade flash rather, on Zynex, but every player but two kits in fact for the Phantoms Ignite side, the Academy side rather.
You don't see very often, but they've actually stacked 4 players towards A, which could be the correct call, and I think it is. Like, so many players from mCon just walking up so fast. Jaws gets the first one, AJ Carry goes down. And it's just back. It's just everyone's going down, but that was so close. So almost had that from the back. Now it's just zooping on 1-on-3.
I was going to say, the A-hold looked to be so good as they were approaching 4 players towards the site. It was only Zoop left with the HE grenade on B, and they picked the right site to stack, and it just didn't work out as mCon, they find themselves in a very favourable 3-on-1. They know where the last player is now, so no need to worry. And it's going to be the swing out, and Dengle finds it. A great conversion with the Glock, and mCon, they do scrape away with a pistol. Surprisingly, after Phantoms Ignite Academy did actually stack the A site.
Yeah, they even with the A site stack with 4 players over there, they just crumble under the pressure. But they are forced up into this. 3 grenades, and they don't do as much damage as you'd expect down mid. 4 Deagles brought up.
Oh, the Deagle.
Oh,
It works. He's able to find the opener onto Banana, but the HP has been out traded. Both players on Banana at considerably lower health. Mainly because of the nade from his teammate AJ. The carry did throw a grenade at his teammate's feet. And Psych, I'm not sure if he probably didn't see that because of 4-3, but he will now. He's able to get the frag, and she does fall back to the site, but it's not going to be for long as they do find another kill onto mCon there. By-round seems to be falling away from them. And look at this, AJ will be able to get anything else done with the Deagle. He finds another. The tag up as well. He nearly finds another one, but look at this. It's a 3-on-2, an AK and a MAC-10 up against 2 Deagles and a MAC-10. If I'm honest with you, the odds aren't actually that bad for them to win this.
they got 2 sets of armor with Deagles. One goes down, and yeah, it's just Dengle with a double spray down. 3rd kill on the round for him. And now it's all down to Jarvis.
Joyce, he's going to peek, but he's made light work of Dengle with a 4K with the AK that round. A great round from him, but damage has been done from the Phantoms Ignite Academy side. 3 guns dropped in that round, so that's at least a positive for them.
Yeah, I mean, just the economic damage done there, but it won't actually do as much as you'd think because they forced all up into that playing the old economy system.
Oh, look at this, the quad stack Banana. They're all going to run into Psyche. He's not even going to be able to find anything extra, as it is AJ that does kill him, but a quick mop up towards the bottom of Banana gives mCon their 3rd. And a lot of damage because Touch actually got 2 kills in the MAC-10 as well, so that's some good economical advantage for them.
Absolutely, we go into first gun round now, and Phantoms have absolutely everything they want, including the AWP, but same can be said for mCon.
It's a lot stronger in terms of utility as well for the mCon side, as Zynex does get tagged up with the grenade. It was basically flush. He does take 4C, but... Oh, what was that? There's a very nice spray from AJ, or rather a burst. Does find themselves in a very favourable 5-on-4. Very slow round now from the mCon side. Just trying to work their way around the map, try and get some control, and control has been done. And oh, Emil with a nice adjustment with the AWP, but the Molotov is going to flush him out. And look at this, Dengle, he's going to die in Jarvis's Molotov. Just like this, mCon, they're in a very, very unfortunate 2-on-5 situation now, as it's now just all about timing as Emil finds one with the AWP. He's going to be able to jump up, and Zoop finds it as well. A very, very dominant round for the Phantoms Ignite Academy team, as they do find all 5 kills without losing a player.
You can't ask for much better than that. Kill 5 players, keep 5 players alive. That's how you're supposed to do it. That is the perfect hold, and I'll be looking to extend that further. Touch only has a Tech 9. But we've seen it already today. That thing is powerful.
Yeah, use it at the right range, and it will do some serious damages. The Phantoms Ignite side are just working that 3 banana stack again is something that too much of as Dengle. He is only gonna find the 1 and get traded out by Zoop. But a 4-on-4, and I think that trade-off does go in mCon's favour, as now they have to play a 2 and a 2. So
yeah, and you can see on the map, mCon they've got 3 players up towards the top of A, and the bomb will be going over now. But Phantoms, they have rotated a player back. Like, oh, shot, perfect position, getting up, boosted up. Now it's down to Jarvis on the bomb site. He does manage to find one, gets the second.
Oh,
gets
what?
it as well. 3K for him as he holds down the site.
Jarvis shutting every dream down that mCon had. And he's even going to find himself the 4th through the top of the box. A great round from Jarvis, holding down the A bomb site. And again, I am so surprised that they won that round. mCon, they look to be on dominant form towards this A bomb site. Unbelievable plays from them so far. But it has been a lovely round from him. And that gives Phantoms Ignite Academy their 2nd.
It's just that they had everything in control for them at mCon, but it's just Jarvis holding down the bomb site all alone, gets that perfect 3K and finishes it with the guy jumping out of apartments. Oh, it's a fast dash.
Oh my god!
And he sprays them down. Now it's like he does manage to pick up an AWP, but the 4K, all of his teammates are gone. I think he threw the AWP out the map. And Rego with the ace, the first ace of season 5.
Very nice round from him. The Molotov does do well. The utility damage must be very high after that. 142 on him already inside 6 rounds. So, very...
He got 3 kills with the Molotov.
Yeah.
Well timed, well placed.
But mCon, look at their buy now though. They have a very, very big chance of winning this round. We know that their aim is very good as a team as well. Very good players. And this B-Rush might be the challenge for them. As now, the swing comes out as Touch. He does die in his own Molotov. Zoop does dink him, but it's all mCon in the chat.
Can we get 1Gs in the chat, please? He walked into his own Molotov. Very unfortunate, but they have got the man advantage, even with Touch going down. Psycon very low HP. Still could go either way. I say that as Phantoms they start to walk away from the A bomb site. I believe they're trying to stack towards, yeah, they are just going to stack towards B. Just as mCon go out.
That flash can say a lot though, because with that flashbang going towards the long side, it might... I mean, if they read into this too much, it might not work. But they know now that at least with that flashbang, they need to clear something, and that would be the site. So they could have pushed A, but I have decided to go for the B play. The remaining 3 players all on to AJ now. The flashbang is good, but Dengu's going to find him. The flashbang wasn't really timed with the push, and now Phantoms Ignite Academy are left in the 2-on-3. mCon very comfortable. However, one player is on very, very low HP. So it's still possible, but Dangle, he's going to slim those odds up. And he's going to find himself a 2nd. No problems for him. 4K in the round. And a very nice conversion for mCon Esports Academy. 3-4 the scoreline.
Yeah, that's 3 rounds for each team in a row, and then mCon back on the board. Back in the lead as well. But Phantoms, they still have a buy into this. Their economy was very good after their 3 in a row. They'll be looking to take this one and even things back up.
Very slow round from both sides as mCon do not have any banana control. That's the smoke one that does help out, and wow. And well, he does get the tag and the jump spot. I think he does know that the player's there holding with the AWP, so the damage and the information gained is now... It's just a very, very slow approach as mCon darting towards long and Zoop. He's absolutely surprised. The Fullblind as well. AJ left on the A side. He's going to be able to shut down 2. A lovely spray from him. And it does put mCon in the back seat yet again. And Jarvis, he doubles up as well. He's able to find the extra player. It is going to be down towards the pit position that finds one. And he's going to jump on the bicycle and try and find himself the last player, which is short. And he's able to convert with no problems at all. Phantoms Ignite Academy even things back up.
It's really close. Both teams are playing really well. I mean, AJ there getting the double kill, and being aware that 6 gone behind. But if you look at the scoreboard, it's Dengle for mCon with 12 kills so far. Just, he's definitely the reason that they've put up such a good fight. They are on the pistols in this round, and Phantoms, if things go their way, which it should, will be finally in the lead.
And here we go, the vision's going to come out of Joris. He's going to adjust, but only finds one. The M4's actually dropped into the hands of Zynex now as they're going to progress and find another. It seems to be that mCon has shut out every A player from this bomb site at least, and they are now in the front seat in this round at least as the bomb's planted. It's the pressure on Phantoms Ignite now to retakers now approaching with the P250. Yui was there, and the trade is going to happen. And it's Zoop and AJ against Pug and Zynex. I think, in my opinion, what 2 better players to have in the mCon. And look at this. Zynex, he's able to deliver. There's all left on Zoop. Tag up is going to do enough, but will he be able to find anything? Clock is ticking, and that's it. Pug, he's able to shut things down. No problem at all. And that is round to mCon.
Sometimes those pistols there are a nuisance, as you can see in that round. Phantoms denied the lead, and they're on a pretty shoddy bar of themselves. 2 FAMAS, some deals, and an M4. Against the, well, you can't really ask much better than that. 4 AKs and an 8 WP. Up, just gonna be holding off at the top of banana.
Lovely pick from Touch there. The smoke does draw out the peak, and same with middle. Giles, he's able to find one, but Zynex with a quick trade here as AJ with the M4, he's able to shut down one and even things out into a 3-on-3 as 55 seconds. Sorry, go on.
That's fine. The only thing I was going to say is mCon, they've only found the players with the Desert Eagles so far as their 2 picks. So all the guns are still up for Phantoms. So they definitely have a chance in this. In the 3-on-3, mCon set up outside of B. AJ, he's got to put up a massive defense now. Flash goes through, and he gets the first. That's huge. Zynex getting the second one. Now on a 2-on-2, but AJ getting that first one, that's really giving Phantoms a chance.
It has opened the door for them to at least attempt to try and retake and win this round. It is going to be down with a fair bit of utility as well, so Pug in this pole position might be a little bit isolated. The flashbang is effective, and in fact that second one is blind Zynex as well, but he's able to swing construction, and with the assistance of Pug, they make light work of that 2-on-2. A very, very smooth round for them overall, and it extends their lead by 2.
Absolutely. Now they're on just the USPs. mCon should be looking for a 7th coming in for this round. Nothing much else Phantoms, can do. I mean, they can stack up with the USPs as they're doing now in apps. Try and overwhelm.
Only good for 2. The ammo was wasted on the second frag, and AK's retrieved in the hands of AJ, but mCon now realise that the B bomb site is going to be open, and they are just going to be able to push, and utility will be used, however, to try and at least sort of clear out the site in case there are any rogue players, but there will not be. And Zoom find out first hand as he's able to find the 3rd as well. Psych eco frags for him, and again mCon, they're just chipping away and extending that league, and rightly so actually.
Yeah, I mean that's what you'd expect really. mCon take their 7th. And it's all down to Phantoms to try and level things back up. They have taken position at the top of Banana. Phantom's looking to try and take it back, but just with the utility, mCon have fallen all the way back towards Logs, and they turn their attention towards A. That double stack on a quad on the brackets manages to help Phantoms get their first round.
Wow.
Oh my word.
B bomb site has been absolutely shut out of completely, and Phantoms Ignite yet again left to retake this B bomb site. And I think this is exactly something that they wanted to happen, as bomb is flighted for Banana, and even the aggression in construction as well allows mCon for a much easier retake. They will have to clear out every angle, but yeah, if I were them I'd save, and rightly so. They are just going to retreat from this one, as mCon will be given their 8th, as Phantoms Ignite did have a good start, but their lead or their form rather does seem to be slipping now. As what? Zydex, that was disgusting. Yeah, that was. Oh my god, he's just gonna rip through everything. The full blind one tap. Jarvis is the only player left, and he's gone as well. mCon with an absolute clean up through towards the A side.
It's banned. Not on the menu today. That is, that's disgusting.
That one tap was filthy. So disgusting.
Yeah, they take the half, like, no matter what happens, and they've got doubled the score. But Phantoms with the nades come down mid. Zynex this time he manages to hold off. He doesn't get overwhelmed. With his teammate as well. Luke getting taken down, and AJ Harry should follow suit. There we go. mCon take their 9th, and Phantoms, they're 5 rounds behind now.
Very, very easy round for them actually. In terms of this, it's been a very slow start for. Well, it's been a quick start for Phantoms Ignite, but a slower sort of mid to late half. This is round number 14, so there's one more left in the half, as mCon's money seems to be untouchable, whereas Phantoms Ignite Academy are trying their best to stay alive in this as they try their triple stack B once more.
And this time as well, they've taken the control of bottom Banana. They should really start thinking about rotating a player back to A at this point. And in fact, they rotate everyone back and just leave Emo at the top of Banana. mCon looking to retake this. Mollies and flashes go through, not to find anyone though. Pug just show some face towards A. Sight peeks out, gets dinked down to 11 HP. That's a good start for Phantoms.
HP advantage heavily in Phantoms Ignite's favour now, but anything could happen, as it seems to be that mCon are going to group towards the B-bomb site for an execute. And Zoop, he's going to know this and rotate, and Touch does have the AWP in this close angle as well, which could be lethal depending on how he uses it. And now they are going to be pulling back towards the A-bomb site, and Zoop has read into this perfectly now, and he's able to find himself onto long. And it's going to be a more believable hold for the Phantoms Ignite Academy side now.
They're rotating out just as mCon come through. They're already on the bomb site, and that's Dengle finds one onto Jarvis. Covers his teammate in the pit. And now 3-on-3. Zoop and Dengle low for both of their teams, but Touch with the AWP. Finds one. Traded nonetheless. Now back into a 2-on-2. Phantom's looking to run into this bomb site head first and try and win this retake. Dengle, even on low HP, finds AJ, and Zynex in the pit finds Zoop. and that is mCon finding their double digits.
You can really see the difference now as mCon will call their timeout. Their tech timeout at least, whether they're using it for tech or not is a different story. Don't think many teams know about the cool timeout feature that we have. We'll have to get that sorted. However, this timeout will probably be used to reset. They know that they've got the advantage. They know they've got the half in the bag. They just need to find a way to extend that lead and to try and maximise their half now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Phantoms, they've got two SMGs, going into this, and 3 FAMASs. And just looking to do the best that they can with what they've got. Get a 5th round here, and their T-side is good. They might have a chance of this mCon, looking to turn things up to 11. And they've taken top banana already.
A very slow but precise push for mCon here. As you mentioned towards banana, they do have a fair bit of control early on, and they don't want any more. They don't want to risk the players being up close, but they don't know. But they are playing passive now, as it's now Phantoms Ignite Academy on the back foot, as you mentioned, the force buy as well. Not a lot of money from them, and mCon are quite the opposite, so oh, the boost, it works out. Touch finds one with the AWP. The nade does do 40 health, as Jarvis as well does experience a nade, as it is going to be mCon with an A execute now. The dink does come in, but they are going to come back towards the B site now.
3 players. Oh no, Jarvis finds one onto A. Might be sniffing out the fake, but they've still got 3 players posted. It's just down to AJ once again, and they find him straight away. Psych opening up the bomb site and gets the bomb down. mCon 4 versus 3, looking to take 11.
Very comfortable position for them now. As you mentioned, the 4 on 3 is coming in, and Psych, he wants to do everything this round. His second already. He is going to have to find a lot of players towards CT. In fact, he finds Dan behind the original player he was shooting at. But it is going to be Dengle that finishes things up. A very good half for the mCon side, and Phantoms Ignite on the preferred CT side, I'd say, but they haven't performed as well as we thought they would.
Yeah, it's not as well as would have hoped. Except for Jarvis, he's shown his worth. 15 kills for him, better than anyone else on his team so far. And going into the second half, mCon 11-4 half. We've had 2 very, very strong one-sided halves in these games so far. Phantom so far stopped banana. I almost missed it. Dengle doesn't find anything.
Zynex finds 3, 4! Oh my god, Zynex, an unbelievable round! Wow! I cannot believe it. Finds 5 with the pistol, just like that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Unbelievable. It's the USP sitting on the back in quad in new box. Just annihilates everyone on Phantoms. Finds the ace. I have no words.
I'm speechless. Wow. An unbelievable round for him. I cannot believe that just happened. You literally blink and you miss it. Phantoms Ignite Academy pushing heavily up banana, and then immediately returned with probably the most insane pistol round ever in this league. And it might be the same, the follow-up as well, the nades and the FAMAS spam. Last 2 players in that, and they're made light work of. Touch with the 2k as well. Not as impressive as the pistol, but very, very good rounds for the mCon side.
I want to go back to that pistol round. I mean, that has to be already. I mean, I don't care what happens next. I don't care what's already happened in the first 2 games here. That has to be up for player of the tournament. It doesn't matter what happens. Oh, he's sitting at the back of the bomb site and finds all 5 players. That's insane. Ooh, Phantom. Oh, the nade! No
It was
way!
perfect. Kills one, and then the other one was easily traded with the MP9, and it puts Phantom's Ignite back into a 3-on-3. This is a very unfavourable position for them now.
Flashing in. Mince. Yeah, oh, sorry. Rago and Boiler. Looking to find his way out onto A. But instead he falls back. Elects to regroup with his teammates on B. He's taking this one very slow after Zynex got the trades.
Yeah, very good opening 2k from him, and it's just Phantom's Ignite now looking to try and at least pull back with a round of their own. 3 smokes and 2 Molotovs, so... In fact, 3 Molotovs, so it's going to be the full Molotov execute. Smokes are in, Molotovs are out. Zynex. He's going to get tagged up, the Molotov's going to work perfectly. Jarvis, he finds the opener. And that's the B site taking a lovely Molotov there. A display of utility just proves that you can take a site in an instant, even in amateur CS as well as it's it out of 3-on-2. And look at this, they're playing the double stack in Dark, so if Giles was to swing this, like if they were to get the kill in Dark, they wouldn't expect the second player. But that Molly.
Molly!
My
Molly's
God,
huge.
no way! It's all left on Emil. In a 1-on-2, and he's not going to be able to find a thing.
That Molotov was huge. 2 players sitting in the back in Emo, and the Molotov comes in the perfect spot. They only had one. They only had one Molotov, and they just throw it on both the players. Absolutely insane. I mean, like, you can't ask for much more than that. But at Phantoms, they had everything set up. For mCon, they just know what to do in these retakes, and they run full team.
10 round difference now, something that honestly I didn't expect to say. I thought that Phantom's Ignite were at least going to bring a little bit more of a flame to this one, as admittedly it has been a good start from them though, so I don't think we should rule them out completely, but it's looking more and more unlikely as mCon are just displaying real CS, and just it's been amazing from them so far.
Oh my. Zoop finds the opener onto Dangle. I don't think they'll realise that there's still 2 players here on B, and they started with 3.
Look at this as well, it's been all aggression for the Phantom's Ignite Academy side, but the bomb is left in very, very deep spawn, which could be the downfall to their play. The grenade was good, but it's not going to hit for much, as the speed that Phantom's Ignite Academy are going to try and fake this A push, and in fact they are just going to go for it, and the rotate is going to work out perfectly. But Zoop, he's going to try and hold that as best as he can. With 40 seconds left, they are going to have to look to commit to something, and it might in fact be the B wrap. If it is, this could be perfect.
That is looking like what it is. Zymph in the back of the site. He's done it once, can he do it again? Oh no, Spike in the back. Finds AJ. Runs out of ammo and he can't find the second. Still though, Zymph in the back of the bomb site. He finds one, looking for a second, but Jules takes him down. 2 versus 3. Both the mCon players coming in from behind. AJ finds one. Can't find the second one now. It's targeted a 1-on-2.
Initially a 1-or-3 situation for him to win in. And it's going to be a very, very difficult situation as both players are actually stacked towards the CT area. So, not quite expected for him, and he's just going to have a look at this and think, nah, they're playing too passive, they're hiding. I'm going to save this, and rightly so. It does give them their 5th round, and not all hope is lost, but again, the damage has been done. Phantom's Ignite's economy right now is not great, and I think they're going to just be able to squeeze a buy out of this, but that's going to be it for them.
There we have it. Phantoms. They find a 5th. Not out of this just yet. mCon will still be on a buy. Phantoms, they've got a long way to go to have a chance in this. Of mCon, just 2 rounds away from the victory.
This is something that we didn't expect to see. I expected it to be a lot closer as Dangle now the grenade. Oh, it does a good amount of damage. Around 30 in fact. The flashbang is perfect. Zoop, he is going to swing for the trade as does allow themselves in a 4-on-4, but that kill was very nice. The flashbang worked very well with that as well. Wow.
Oh my word.
I'm
running through the smoke. I mean, what is going on? I mean, this team, they've really shown up to play mCon.
touch as well, one with the AWP, and it's all left on Emil, and all shot is whiffed, but the coffin smoke isn't actually working how he intended it to. CT player is found, but that is it. mCon esports are at 15 and Phantoms Ignite are at 5. It's been a great display from them so far, and something that the mCon Academy guys should be very proud of coming into this one. No real clue of how they play, and now Phantoms Ignite, not a great buy for them, but mCon, they seem to have sealed the deal as their buy is far more superior.
See, Danish Counter-Strike, even in the lower echelons, is just it's so team play is so good. mCon's put up such a good performance so far, and I can't wait to watch more of their games as the season continues. Zoop though finds 2. Phantoms not out of this one yet. They will not go down without a fight.
Rightly so.
And that's mCon on the tape.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great round from them. Something that I didn't expect to see. The sort of, you know, nothing was really going to be lost for the Phantoms Ignite side if they pushed this. You know, if they lost the round, they lost the game. So they had to go with something a little more surprising that mCon maybe wouldn't have expected, and that's exactly what they did. They went for the B push, and it works out perfectly. But if they exit through Banana, it could be an absolute grinder that Phantoms Ignite go through, as 2 players are stacked towards the bottom Banana angle. And here we go, this could be it.
Oh, they could lose so much.
But they don't, Zoop!
Gets 4.
Goes down to the bomb. Yeah. A great round from them. Basically, the buy round has been stolen from them. And in fact, look at this. I didn't expect to see this, but mCon have next to no money to buy this round. With the AWP save, they had to, but look at this buy. A FAMAS and 2 Deegs, or 2 FAMASs, 2 Deegs with the AWP. Not looking great. And there you go, touch. Open things up perfectly with a frag of its own.
That's not how. That is really not how Phantoms needed that to start. But it is nonetheless. And now they are in the 4 versus 5 man down. And on the other side for mCon, that's the perfect start to help out the Deagles. Just get the opening back. Top pug just before the smoke pops up. But damage only goes one way.
As you mentioned, the 4-on-5, it is just going to extend out, and mCon Esports Academy are just looking to try and wind down the time a bit and see if they can just get themselves into a better position. But it might be that Phantoms Ignite come out on top with this one, as the guns on the mCon Academy side aren't exactly the best. Obviously, the 2 Deals, 2 FAMASs are just far more inferior to the 2 AKs, 2 M4s of the Phantoms Academy side.
That said, though, Phantoms grouping up outside of B and that is where two of the rifles are: the FAMAS and the AWP. Sorry, the FAMAS the best rifle, the AWP, and it finds another one in the round.
For some reason,
What is going
Auto
on?
Director's just stuck on one person, but I mean, Zynex finds two through the smoke, and that's the end of that. A very anticlimactic ending, but that was a very good round.
We
there.
didn't manage to catch any of it. But yeah, that's it. Wow, what a showing from mCon.
That is GG nonetheless. Very well played from both sides. I think a display from both sides that teams should be very notable of. But that is all we've got time for on the Phoenix League channel as of today. You can tune back in very soon. Go down below and you can join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter and find out the rules of the game. Follow us on Twitter as well at Phoenix CS League. Make sure to drop us a follow while you're here as well to catch up on all the latest when we go live. And you can join our Discord to get all the latest, as well as our YouTube to catch up on all the VODs and all of the games. Thank you everyone for tuning in so far. It's been a pleasure to cast. I've been at EU_retro, joined by at Penguin__5.
Hey boys, this has been a fun night. Two Inferno games that have gone like very there's one really close in the end, and one that just, complete blowout on one side.
But that is all we've got time for today. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in, and we will be back for more very, very soon. But for now, take care and bye-bye.